Hey, you are most welcome to my channel. Today we shall be learning how to do web scraping practically, and it's gonna be like a beginner's introduction, and this actually follows the blog I wrote earlier on, and I'll be leaving the link in the description so that you get to grasp what exactly web scraping is from ground up, the use cases. Is web scraping illegal? Why do we perform web scraping, and what are tools actually or APIs that are available that you can actually do web scraping, and then what other web scraping options can you go with. Then we also look at the Python tools, and today we shall be learning how to implement this practically. We shall be using Scrapy. So let's get started. So we shall be using Scrapy. Scrapy is an open source and collaborative framework for extracting the data you need from websites in a fast, simple yet extensible way. So I'm reading this from the main page of Scrapy, and that's why we shall be using. So to install it, we simply do pip install Scrapy, and I've already done this, so I don't need to. So you'll have to do this. Maybe before we proceed further, my name is Ronnie Atairo if you're new to this channel, and I'm also known as AfroBoyTech, and I'm glad that you chose this particular type of content or this particular type of video. So let's continue. So as you can see, the documentation says it's a fast and powerful, easily extensible, and it's actually portable Python. It means it's written in Python and runs on Linux, Windows, Mac, and BSD free systems. So just know that if you have Python on your system, you're good to go. That's all what it means here. And I fell in love with Python because of its vast tools, community, libraries available for almost everything you want to do, and I love scraping actually with Python too. So other tools like Selenium, Beautiful Soap are also used in scraping, and also written actually in Python. And then but in this particular video we shall be using this particular Scrapy. Then Scrapy also is good because it's a batteries included. It takes a batteries included approach to scraping, meaning that it handles a lot of common functionality that all scrapers need, so developers don't have to reinvent the wheel each and every time. So if you're new to what web scraping is, I would highly encourage you to read my article in the description, so that you get to understand what exactly web scraping is, that before you actually even continue to the practical bit of our session. If you get any issues with the installation, I'm also going to leave the link for a guide that can help you to easily get and fix those errors that you will be having. So to verify that you actually have Scrapy, let's go to our command line. So for me, I've already done all the installation. Maybe I could just say Scrapy. Maybe let me just change the color of this. I hope this is more visible. So I'll just type in Scrapy. Yes, so this it tells you the version that you're having and all the available commands, and these are available commands that you can actually use to see how you can actually start with your. As you can see, we have bench, run quick bench state, fetch, fetching Scrapy downloader, generate spider, run spider, settings, the shell. It has a shell also. You can start a project. This means that it's like kind of like an API kind of, whereby it has everything written for you. You just have to use the project just like a Django, and then you continue from it built batteries for you, version, view, and then it has more. And but today we can actually we are going to build our custom. I'm going to build a custom spider. So what I'm trying to mean here is we're not going to reinvent the wheel kind of, but we're going to subclass from the spider as we build our own custom our custom spider. So if script is not recognized, you may want to also add it to path variables. Consider reading the official guide and my article, it has everything included. So now maybe we can we can actually now, I think, play around in the terminal. We can maybe say Scrapy. We can maybe say Scrapy. For example, let's identify I've identified the site to where we shall be scraping from. This is investing.com. It's a website that tells you, gives you information about everything about investing, and you can see it has indices, it has financial futures, it has stocks. It also has cryptocurrency. My main aim here is cryptocurrency because I love cryptocurrency and I'm a Web3 enthusiast. So I'll come under crypto. Then under crypto, you can see now it lists now only a few currencies. But if I want to get all currencies, maybe I can click all cryptocurrencies. Then this will load everything through. So this is like kind of a ranking. It tells you that Bitcoin is #1 so far, and this is its symbol and the price. The current price at 43, as by this tutorial. Then the market cap, as you can see, has over 828 billion in circulation. So this is in USD actually equivalent. So as you can see, the Ethereum comes, then the stablecoin Tether comes in, Binance, the USD stablecoin also comes in. These are stablecoins pegged actually to around approximately to $1. I also have an article showing you all the jargon and all the terms that are actually used in the crypto world. So I'll leave also the link in the description if you're new to cryptocurrency. So our main particular aim in this article, we are going to be able to scrape this entire information and we put it in a CSV file, and then we shall be good. So maybe I'll copy this link. Let's first play around with the terminal. For example, I'm going to use this view command. I would say view cryptocurrencies, and then paste that link. As you can see, information comes through and it automatically opens a new tab for us and actually tells, as you can see, the file, to know that you're actually viewing from localhost or from your machine. You can see that it's actually coming through C, and where my project and then this is actually rendered temporarily through I'm using Microsoft Windows, so that's why you're seeing this app data kind of. So but if from here, from the extension from the browser, you can see that actually this is running through a local machine. So say you are viewing a local or a shared file, so it means it has actually opened this tutorial. It has opened this for us. It's kind of like working like Selenium, where you can open stuff, but this kind of like shares it from the terminal. Then as you can see, if you come back to here, it will tell us that spider closed. Then if you scroll up where we called a command, yes, it tells us it tells us that it started the bot, which is a Scrapy bot. And then these are some logs. These are some logs that it outputs, show that actually it's really connecting the middlewares, the security, HTTP errors, and all those things that are really useful. But our main focus here is this actually, whereby it's at 200. It means that it's a success. So we managed to actually open this, and then that means we crawled it, and then we actually rendered it to our Chrome. That's why it opened automatically. So maybe we can also play around now with fetch. We could now just say Scrapy fetch. Let's see what the fetch command does. So let's press enter. Yes, so as you can see, the fetch command automatically fetches the entire HTML page. Wow, this is amazing. You can actually read and browse from here. So it just fetches the entire HTML page of that website that you've actually passed through. So this is the entire HTML page coming through in our console, in our terminal. So that's what the fetch command does. There's also another command that we could try out. Let me just close this. There's another command that we'll try out, that is start project. You could start a project by saying Scrapy, and then you start project just like Django. Start project, then blah blah blah, the name of your project, kind of. So this automatically creates a project. Let's start one actually and see how it looks like. Scrapy start project crypto project. I'm going to call it crypto project. You can start your first spider with CD, so that means it has created it. So we CD into crypto project, then we can do dir. Linux, that's ls. So you see it has a Scrapy configuration file, and then it also has just like Django, it also has configuration settings for folder, and then where the project actually resides. So that means we can still cd into crypto project, and then we do dir and see what actually comes through: items, middlewares, pipelines, settings, spiders. So this will be actually another full tutorial if you want to move through what all these things, what they do, because all this is what the boilerplate code that's generated for you to be able to continue moving on. And then that's it for, I will stop here about the project. We shall not be using the project just like I said. We shall be creating this. It has also a folder called spiders. Actually, let's first cd into spiders and we see what's there, because that's where actually you get to put, that's why you actually get to put your what. You see it has an init.py file. That's why you actually get to put your, if you're doing a project, that's why you get to write your spiders or your code. Your code comes here. So this will be another full tutorial if I'm to do this, but we shall be using just one script, and that's going to be subclassing our spiders class. So let me just clear the screen for now. And then what are spiders? Maybe spiders are just classes that you define and then Scrapy uses to scrape information from our website. So maybe to bring this into scenario, I've opened a file here. I've called it crypto list scraper. You can call it anything you want. So as you've said, spiders are basically classes actually that you define, and then Scrapy uses them to scrape information from our website. So they could be, they must actually subclass the spider class that comes with a boilerplate code, or if you're using a project, or if you just maybe are going to customize and do your own spider, just like we're going to do here. Then tell to subclass spider, and then you define initial requests to make optionally, and how to follow links in the pages, and then how to pass the downloaded page content to extract the data. So you're going to create a new file of your own choice. Then there now we can start coding. We're going to import, assuming that everything is fine on your side. So we're going to import Scrapy, then we shall also import CSV. We are going to import CSV because we shall be using it to write stuff. But we could have used the inbuilt. Scrapy has an inbuilt CSV writer, but for now, since we're doing our custom, we can actually use, we can choose to use our own CSV, the Python CSV, whereby we shall use it to write to our info, to write into output into a CSV file. So now after importing the necessary modules, now you're going to create a class. We shall call it, can call it anything, but I'm going to call mine, let me call mine crypto crypto, let me call it crypto scrape actually. So as we said, it will be inheriting from Scrapy, the spider class, and then we are good to go. So under here, Scrapy requires a name for the spider that we're actually creating. We are going to call it, you can call it cryptos. Actually, let's call it something like this, crypto spider. Let me make all these smaller. Crypto Scraper, that's the name of our spider. Then we have a start URL, so we shall start scraping from. So I will call this start URLs variable. Then we shall put here our website. We shall copy this shall copy this URL, put it under here. Then maybe let's also create where we shall be. Let's create, you can name it anything. Let's call it output. This is where we shall be storing our stuff. I'm going to call this maybe cryptocurrency. Maybe let me say crypto list. CSV. It's going to be a CSV file. So so far so good. So what we're now going to do, the custom, this is a custom class we've created. Let me explain this shortly. And then it's subclasses from our spider class from Scrapy that we imported here. So initially we are using the spider from the Scrapy module or Scrapy package or library, such that we can actually be able to perform web scraping in our custom spider. Hope this code is so far so good. Maybe now what we need to do is now to create let's create a function that actually writes output folder. We're going to initialize our output folder so that we're able to write to that. So we can call it, we're going to call it init. Then it will take in self. It's going to take in self. Then we shall call open. The open is going to help us to open the file that you're going to be writing to. So the init function is going to be called every time it is instance. This is when every time we run our spider or we run our class. So we're going to say self.output .output. We shall open this in a writing mode. Then we shall also be able to close it immediately. Yeah, that's it. So what I've just done is, if you're new to Python, the init function is called every time an object is created from a class and passes the script data within the same class of the referenced output. So this here object is what we are trying to reference here, and every time this class is being instanced, in other words creating an instance from this is called automatically so that you can write to our folder or our CSV file that we've created up here. So so far so good. So then the open helps us maybe open. Then with W we open for writing, then we close automatically for memory management. Yes, that's it. Then Scrapy actually has something called a function called pass. It's a method that you will actually have to be called to handle the response downloaded for each of the requests made. Then the response parameter is then an instance of a text response from where we are getting the data from. So before we define our pass method, let's do some web inspection to see which data we are actually going to collect and where in the DOM does this data reside. Like many websites, let's first go there. and as you can see, if you scroll down, the first page actually has 100. It loads dynamically from now 100, 100, 200. You see, as you reach the end of the page, it loads dynamically to show more cryptocurrencies. 300 now. So our main aim, since this is a beginner's tutorial, we're going to just scrape the first 100. So it's going to be our first page, since this data loads dynamically. So what are we looking for? We are looking for maybe let's get on the static data for now. We're going to look for Bitcoin. Maybe look for the let's look for the rank. This is going to be a rank 1, 2, 3. Then this is going to be a name. Then this is going to be a symbol. You can choose to collect the price, but you can see the price keeps changing. It's volatile, but you can still get the price at that particular time when you do your web scraping. That's still okay, but you're going to do with the static data for now. Then you shall maybe also pick market cap. So we know now that we shall be having only 4 things to get from this website, where we shall, it's actually the main important things, where we shall have the Bitcoin, the rank, and then the market cap. Maybe also, yeah, for now we shall do these 4 things: rank, name, symbol, and then market cap. You can take it as an extra step ahead and then do price, but for this I will just keep it short and brief. So I will just do a Ctrl+Shift+I to bring my inspection tool. So I'll just click a little bit here. There's this selector here. It helps us select elements and see them. So if I come here and I hover and I click here, so under there, after clicking there, it automatically choose to go to the elements. I was in the console, automatically went to elements. As you can see, the elements tab, as you can see, this is actually a table header. It's under a table row. So if I close this and I close this, you can see this is a table head. Then if I close this, that means it's this actually a table. So our information resides in a table. Then the table header has this information, the names, the what. Then the table body actually, I think, is one that now has, as you can see, as I select here, it automatically selects the information on the other side. So this is our first cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin, number 1. So if I click in here, as you can see, this is the information now regards to this particular table row. So these are table rows and the table body that we're actually looking for. So having that in mind, so we know actually what we want, and I think we are good to go. So maybe let's just from what we've just done, let's just do some small writing. So we shall just say maybe we want let's just do some small variable where we want our data. So for example, we know that for the rank, for example, if we go back, if we want this rank, if I come here and I click here, and then you see this is the rank icon. So it's the table row. Then under table row, it's actually table data. Then table data, it has a class which is a rank icon. So you can just click here. Then I copy this. Then I will say information that we need for the rank is actually residing under, let me just do this shortly. It just resides under here. Then what else do we need? We need the name, and now let's find where our name is. So for you to do some basic web scraping, you need to know some HTML so that you know how to structure the content of the website, because as you can see, this is unstructured data. Just like many websites, there's no particular API that you can call maybe to get this information, so you'll have to do this manually. And then sometimes there are of course API tools which are described in my blog that you might want to look at. Yes, but now let's now get the name, which is Bitcoin. And then if I come, maybe I select my selector here and then select on Bitcoin. Yes, so we can see that our name is under table data, which is TD, and then it's actually resides under an anchor tag. So it's under anchor tag. So if I can just come maybe and say it's also our name is also under table data but under anchor tag. This information is temporary for now, just showing how to get the information we need. So we also need a symbol, as we said. So you can come now and then maybe select this, then come to symbol, click on BTC to automatically highlight here. So as you can see, the symbol is under table data. Then under table data, it has a class which is left no wrap, something like that. So we can maybe choose this. Yeah, let's take this as a class. Let's copy this, come here. It is under table data and it actually has a class. It has a class which is called left no wrap. Let me just do this. Don't worry, this information is temporary. Going to make real variables. Just show you how to get this information. Then maybe what we need is the market cap. A market cap is a market cap. If you go back to our website, is going to be under, if I click here, let me just close this here. So let's click here, then you see it's under a table data also. So it has a class which is JS market cap. So you can also choose to use a class. You can choose to use anything data value that it brings. You can actually get the value directly from here. But for this particular tutorial, I will choose the basic things, the simple things. So I'll click here, then I'll copy this, and then I'll just say that it's also under table data, and it's actually also under class which is called JS. Let me make this single quotes. Yes, it's also under class called JS market cap. So that's where our information resides for now. So now before we proceed, I hope this is clear for everyone who is following along. So since we have now the information you all need, we know that this is actually our information where it resides. Maybe we can just comment this out for now. We can now create a method. We're going to call this method, remember the pass method I said. So we're going to create a pass method. This is going to take in, it's going to be instantiating from self. Then the response can be text, but let's call it response. Let's call it response, such as descriptive. Then we can now create a variable. We can call this crypto body. Then it's going to have a response. Then under response, what type of selection are we using currently? We have different types of selectors. We have CSS selectors and expert selectors. So since we are using CSS to select, this is CSS. I will call this CSS. I will call a CSS thing here. Then under CSS, I will look. Remember, our information resides under T-body. Under the T-body tag, that's where information resides. But under the T-body tag, there are also table rows that we need. So that's where actually our information resides. So I hope this is clear. So what you're trying to do here is trying to get a response from under the T-body that we saw, and then the table rows. The table rows, that's where our information resides. So under the table body, that's where we shall be getting an which is also it goes to the table rows that we actually need from the table. So these are CSS selectors. T-body is a tag, so that's why we have used T-body here and then TR. So let's continue. So maybe before we continue, let's every time we do this, maybe now we need to write. Remember the file that you created out. So now we need to be able to write to it this information. So I'm going to create maybe before I even continue, let me say that's our targeted body, because the crypto body is a targeted body. So let's open up a file with maybe a with statement. We shall say with open. It says no, we are opening actually the other file that we created, so it's going to be self.output, remember. So we are still using that same file. Then this time round we are opening it to append data to it, so we can maybe use a and then a plus sign. Then we shall be appending there a new line, but we want this new line to automatically come. Maybe let's just not true, but let's just create it like this. So we're going to open it as, we can choose anything, as maybe coin, let's say as coin or crypto, we can say call it anything. So then under there now we can actually rate. So we shall put a variable called rater, then we shall say csv.rater, then .rater, then now we can rate our coin. That's it. That's it for rating our data. Then now in Scrapy, the actual, just like I said, there are two CSS selectors, then XPath selectors. Both of them actually perform the same function by selecting the same text or data, but the format of passing the arguments is different. So for example, CSS selection. Under CSS selection, the languages are defined by HTML file, which you can use either to select and then select parts of the HTML file. This is how we did here. Then XPath, it is a language used to define select nodes in XML documents, and hence it can be used also in HTML files too, since the HTML files can also be represented as XML documents, extensible markup language documents. You can pass HTML files as XML, just like Beautiful Soap, and then it also does the same thing. So under the same indentation, now we are going to add some code. So this code that you're going to put here is going to help us now loop through the body that we defined up. So we can use a for loop to get every information that we need. So if we can say maybe for crypto, remember there are rows, that's why you're using a for loop. So for crypto, maybe in crypto body, for crypto in crypto body. So we want now to get the information for crypto in crypto body. This means for coin or for the currency or for any row under here, we need to get the information that we need, this information that we defined here. So that's why we are doing this for loop. This for loop comes in to loop through the table rows that are under this body, the entire body, as we saw from our these are the rows that I'm talking about actually. So this is the table body. So for every cryptocurrency that is in here, for every coin that is in here, we want to get the rank, we want the name, the symbol, and then the market cap. So every coin that is in here, we want to loop through using a for loop so that we get this information that we need. Then we shall be able to append that to a CSV file. So we go back to the code. So now we can create a variable. We can call this rank. I'm going to use caps now, full caps. It's rank. Then this means in the same selection, we want to be able to search for example, now here I'm going to use XPath. XPath is kind of like now you're traversing through the nodes, the different nodes. Yeah, so you're going to treat it, for example, for the rank, specifically for rank, and maybe let's use both of them actually. Let's use the CSS selection, as I mentioned, and also XPath selection. So in the same folder, you're going to be able to create under the TD, as we saw from up. We want to be able to get a class. So this is how we get a class in This is how it is defined in Scrapy. Actually, even in most expert trajectories, this is how you actually get the class, the information maybe you need under the table data. For example, we said our rank is under a class, and that class we said it is actually rank icon. Okay, I didn't put it here, but this was actually a class. It was actually a class rank icon, if you remember. Yes. Then so under this class, as we say, it's going to be rank. Let me just copy this so that you're sure you're not doing mistakes, because any mistake here can cost you. So we use single quotes to define this class. Now we can now close. We can actually close from here. Then we want the text. Simple. Call our text method. Then we also do the same thing now for name. Name, we can still go with that, but let's use CSS selection. For name, we said it is under table data, but under table data it is under the child anchor tag. But under the anchor tag, in order to get inner information from the anchor tag, we use something called these selectors that help us select the text. So we can just say text. So this helps us extract the data from the anchor tag. So this is helping us get the text, just the same thing that is actually happening here. So our symbol now. Our symbol, let's use now again, let's use now XPath again. So you said it's still under TD. Hope this is now making sense. And then under TD we said it is under a class. The class that we defined that was under there is actually let me copy this, paste it here, enter. Then close this, close. Oh god, let me just close this. Then yeah, that's where our symbol is. Then maybe you can also now call the text. Then now we look for our market cap. So our market cap is going to be this. Let me just copy this. Oh, sorry, this has to be in full caps too. Let me just follow the same format. Let me call it market cap. Now here you can still use, we can actually still use the CSS selection. So here we can actually do some little trick. As you can see here, it is under class JS market cap. If I even just did this, it will just bring me the same thing. So under there I can just do, because it's the only class in there, I'll just say that JS market cap. But now this time round we want to extract the text. So far so good. Then let me just explain it maybe one more time. We're using a for loop to get each coin, the table row that we called in the crypto body, the rows that are in the crypto body. Then we use the text. We are using we use XPath selectors on rank actually, and then maybe symbol. These are XPath selections. As you can see, they're different from the normal HTML selection. This is CSS now selection. Then we appended text, extract a text so that you get the information you're actually looking for. And then we also appended also it on the on the market cap. We also appended this text on the CSS selection. It's kind of different. You can see there's a spacing here. These two things are different, and then this is actually intact. We're just getting directly the information that is being passed through here, this class. So hope this is clear now. And then maybe what we can do, we can try to test this, and we see what we actually have is actually good. Let's go to the terminal. Let's type in Scrapy run spider, since we created a spider. Then our file name, which we created as crypto list. It's called crypto. It's called crypto list. I call it crypto. Yeah, crypto list scraper.py. Want to see if we have any errors so far. File not found, something not right. So let's first go back. What do you name our file? Crypto list scraper.py. Crypto list scraper.py. So let's come back. Crypto list scraper.py. It's the same thing. Let me see. Maybe let me call it again. Scrapy run spider. Run spider is one word. Crypto list scraper.py. To be sure. Okay, maybe let me just do dir to see where am I. Oh yeah, actually I'm not in the root folder where the project is, so it's just cd where this is. I think it is under here. Let me do this. Yes, so we call our file again. Yeah, this is good. So far I have a 200 get status, means that you actually are getting the information we need. Now we just need to be sure that our thing is working. So so far so good. These are just logs, for info logs, showing you what is actually happening behind the scenes. But our main focus is that 200. It means that everything we're doing so far is good. So you realize if we do a dir again, you realize there is a file being created, which is where is it? Crypto.json, crypto scraper, crypto streaming. How did we name our file? Let's go back. It's called cryptolist.csv. Let me see if you can see. Let me go to the project folder. It's here actually. So you see, every time we run that, it generates a file, but this file currently has nothing. It is at 0 KB, as you can see. So it has nothing. So that means we're not doing anything so far. So this is where information will come. Our CSV file will come. So as you can see, maybe let's now first delete this for now, such that we don't. It doesn't bring issues with our OS system. So let's delete the file, the CSV file that it had auto-generated. Let's finish up our project first, then we shall be good. So now what you're going to do, we're going to create I'm going to finish up our spider by creating variables. A few variables that we might use in actually yielding. There's a yield generator that you can actually use to get the information that we need, that Scrapy offers by default. It's what Scrapy recommends. So I'm going to create here a name called, let me call it coins. A dictionary called coins, and it's going to be an empty dictionary currently. Then I'm going to append my data onto it. So I'm going to append data using what we said about. So under, I can say maybe coins. Maybe I'm going to call this a key. I'm going to call it rank. Then we shall have a rank. Let me just copy this several times. Then maybe here we shall have our name. Now we are writing to this empty dictionary that we just created. Now we shall put the symbol and maybe a market cap. So let's see what you're looking for here. I'm going to explain shortly. So what we're doing, we're trying to append this information that we should have created. These are keys we are doing. We are doing them. We are into this new dictionary that we just created. So we shall yield our information there. So now let's get information that we need. So through our body that's created, we realize we haven't used these variables yet. We need now to get the information we have actually created now, because these are just variables. They're doing nothing so far. So how do we fetch this information? We shall use a get method. So to get this, we shall call crypto body that we defined, and then that crypto body that we need now to be able to get the rank. For example, to get the rank, since we're using XPath here, we shall just say XPath. This is simple because we are using XPath method on this rank variable. This is actually a variable, it does nothing, but now you're trying to get the information from this variable we've just created. So in order to be able to do that, since we use the XPath method, select the rank item, we shall call XPath. So we shall say crypto.xpath, then we pass in a rank. Then after passing in our rank, simply now we can actually get. So we do the same thing for this, but now this is using CSS, the name. Hope this is clear. Then we say get. Then we do the same thing here. Crypto dot XPath, now dot symbol, dot get. Then we also do crypto. This is using CSS for selection, so you can say crypto dot CSS market cap dot get. Yeah, so far so good. Hope this is easy to understand. Now we can now actually write to our rows. So in order for us to write, we shall call our writer variable that we created up there. This is helping us to write. The writer variable created is just, it will be helping us to write. So now we need to call it from here. So we can say writer, it has something called write row. So we shall be writing a row. Then that row is going to be actually kind of a list. So it's going to be coins. Then we shall have a rank. So we can input here a rank. We're actually doing the same thing that we've just done there. So maybe I can just copy here, just to keep things simple. Coins, this is rank. Let me just use this is coins, this is rank, something not right here. We are opening here, we're opening here, we're closing here. Then coins, let me see, coins. Okay, let me just do this. I'm going to fix this. Maybe let me just put this under here. Coins name. No, actually it's coins symbol. So you're trying to write this information onto our CSV file. So now we do coins market cap. So let's see, why is it complaining? Let me see. So we call our coins. So dictionary. Then this is, oh, actually it's the other issue. So we call our coins. We put in our rank first, and then name first, name second, symbol, then lastly market cap. So these are rows. This will be its own row, this will be another row, this will be another row, that's all. There will be 4 rows. Yes, that's it. Now we can actually remember the yield keyword I told you about. Now we can actually yield these coins. So now we are yielding. There's an items thing which I showed you. These are kind of like items. So the yield is just now calling all what is information that we've been trying to get here. So, and maybe let me just explain it shortly for my beginner friends. So Scrapy has an inbuilt way of saving and storing data through the yield keyword. So this helps actually some help in memory management. Then we created a coins empty dictionary, as you can see. So we are putting information there. That data can easily be converted to JSON or CSV. So we're also creating new keys which are passing to our dictionary, that is rank, name, symbol, and market cap. Then we loop through. As we loop through each coin, we do this every time we loop through every cryptocurrency, and here we do this. Then the method.get actually now helps us get this variable that we've created. This is just now a simple text, but to extract the information, this is the information. This is why we're getting it. This is where the method is helping us to get that information, the text maybe we defined from extracting this CS symbol. Then we use the different selectors that we've chosen on the different elements that we want. Now we also now write to our rows to our CSV file. Remember, we created a writer here, so it actually writes to this file and outputs a coin. I call it a coin. Then we write this every cryptocurrency or every coin we write. We shall be writing it as a new line. Then we yield the coins. That's it. That's it. If you have gotten this code so far, so good. We are together. Now we can actually go and test this out. So we can also maybe say, let's try printing these coins and we see actually if they come through. Might be here and you think these things are coming through. So we go back to our file. We run our spider again. If everything is good, we shall see if it is really good. Something not right. It is saying expert error, invalid predicate, rank icon, class rank icon. There's some error here. Yes. Let's go back and fix this. Rank class rank icon, what is it? It's actually here we are missing a quote. So go back, we run this. see if we have another error. Class rank something not right. Class rank icon invalid XPath error. Still complaining. Let me see, what did we do? What are we doing wrong? Should be a rank icon, as you saw. Class is rank icon. This is what class equals to this. Oh, this is yes, yeah. Let me see if these others are good. Okay, let's run again. Yay, our coins are coming through. So they're coming through in form of a dictionary, as you can see. They are dicts coming through. Wow, we are good. We are good now. We are able actually to write this information. So if I come now and then check my CSV file, for example, you see it actually has some information. So we click on it to see the information that it has. Wow, information has come through. Perfect. This is nice. It has up to 100 coins that we need. Now maybe for the last bit of it, everything has been smooth and everything is good, and this was quite lengthy, and no, but you've learned something about web scraping practically. I have other tutorials about Selenium, beautiful soap and everything. Maybe one last thing, you may want to run this without logs, so you can just say you don't want that information, just say no log. You just have to put this under your terminal arguments, then you run it again so that you just see only the coins coming through. So yeah, let me first delete this again because it's complaining this file already exists. Let me just delete it. Run this again with no logs, so that you can only see coins in the terminal alone. Wow, perfect. Yeah, in this tutorial you learned web scraping and scraping cryptocurrencies, and how to scrape. You learned how you scrape using Scrapy. There are other ways you can use, other Python tools that you can use to scrape. Thank you so much, and if you enjoyed this tutorial, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit that notification bell for other content which is related to this. Also, can comment. Thank you. Have a good one.